Ratchet and Clank walkthrough. So now that we are done with the Magna Rail section of this world, we'll need to head on back to our ship, and then we need to get heading toward the captain who has very probably illegally drafted us into his army. So you can take a look at the map and just kind of look at where the next place is. Now, this is going to be a little bit lengthy, it's going to take a while, but it's not really too bad. So if you had to quit the game, be sure to kill the enemies that'll still be in this place that I'm standing right now, and then you're going to run into some new enemies. And these guys probably are one of the more annoying ones, but they're still pretty easy to deal with because they will lock onto you and they'll fire this big wave of rockets at you, but they'll only do it in one line, and then they'll jump and then they'll do it again. So it's pretty easy to avoid. Now for this trespasser, if you want to get into this room, this is one of the solutions for this door to open, and you can just go back and pause that if you need to. And inside the room, you will find a ton of boxes, and that's kind of nice to pick up some of those bolts that you lost when you bought the Devastator, because I suggested buying it in the last video and it cost about 10,000 bolts to buy. Just be sure you don't hit the explosive boxes because you don't want to take damage for no reason, and this world isn't actually too difficult, so I don't know if taking damage is that big of a deal, but you know, there's no reason to when you don't have to. Taking out big stacks of boxes is sometimes easiest if you just jump and take them out. There's a watch. It's the endlessly beeping watch. I don't know if you can hear it. If you can, it's probably obnoxious, but it'll go away in a second. But it's like a watch that we can't find anywhere, and it only beeps whenever it wants to, so tracking it down is impossible, but that's beside the point. So, okay. Make it over this kind of broken pipe, and then you'll see a few more of these guys. Now, if you walk right up to attack them, it's not too hard, but sometimes it's just easier on you if you just sit back and pick them off with one of the weapons. Then that guy can be taken down pretty easily, and then there's another kind of alcove here that you can walk in. More ammo, more boxes, and ammo's good because it's, you know, best to have ammo for free than it is to have to pay for it. So the Devastator, like I said in the last video, is a pretty darn cool weapon. It's a heat-seeking rocket launcher, or I'm assuming it's heat-seeking, but if you're targeted onto an enemy, and sometimes even when you're not, it will automatically seek out that enemy and take them out. So I really would only recommend using the destroyer on enemies that do a lot of damage or are extremely annoying, like tanks or tanks or planes or some other flying guys that we'll be seeing in the last parts of the game. And that way you don't have to get too close to them, because the Devastator's range is like infinite as far as I can tell. I mean, you can be from one end of the map and still be able to hit them. So in this kind of pit, you're going to be running into these very obnoxious enemies that will hide in a bush, and then they'll pop up and throw a mine at you. So if the aiming wasn't so weird, I would have been able to take that guy out earlier, but for some reason the aimer only really works when it wants to. And then you can take both of them out and just kind of take a look around, make sure you actually got them all. The last thing you want is to be turning this and then having one of those guys pop up, throw a mine at you, and then kill you. So once you turn the bridge, then you can climb back up and go across. You can also get rid of some of these boxes here, and there's kind of a waterfall that you can jump over if you want. There's really nothing you can do there, because if you jump into the water, it's just going to take you down. So there's not much over here that interests us for this video. And then when you're ready, just go back up and climb over that bridge. So a tank is also going to be heading on its way towards you. Now, I kind of thought, well, maybe it won't be able to hit me with a range. Nope. This thing will hit you at pretty far range. It throws all those mines at you, and it continuously fires them. There's no point where it stops firing them. So the best way to deal with it is to kind of come back here where it can't target you, and then switch to your Devastator, or if you get close enough, you should be able to use your blaster if you don't have a Devastator. But just switch to your Devastator, and then you can take it out in a few hits. Now I think, yeah, I actually used my blaster here because I didn't want to waste my Devastator ammo. Now when you do enough damage, the gun of the tank gets taken off, so that pretty much renders it harmless, except I think if it hits you, it still does damage. But either way, it's still a good idea to get rid of it completely. And then that robot came out of this room. I have no idea what that robot was doing in here. But there's more Devastator ammo and also some health in case you took damage from that tank like I did, and then you should be able to just take a quicker look around and then jump back down to where we need to go. So when you're ready, come down into this waterfall, kind of the slide. Apparently I am not ready. I'm going to come back because at this point I'm I'm kind of wondering, like, okay, is there something over there, because I can't come back if I jump down this, so I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. So it appeared that I wasn't, and I swam down and ran into 2 more of these rocket guys. So these guys aren't, once again, that difficult, but just try to keep an eye on both of them and realize that if you try to shoot them and they shoot you, they'll hit you pretty much immediately. And if you get too close, if you think, oh, I'll be safe when I get close to them, no, they'll melee you too, so it's better just to take them out straight away. Now here I do use the Devastator. As you can see, there's a targeting indicator, and that is way farther away than the Blasters has, and it takes about 4 Devastator shots to, okay, 5 Devastator shots to take out the tank there. And that may not be the most efficient use of Devastator ammo, because I could very well have just used up all my blaster ammo for it, but I kind of wanted my blaster ammo for these guys, and I think there's 3 of them in here, and once again, you'll just want to wait for them to pop up and then whack them with whatever it is you can shoot them with, and then take a look around to make sure that you got all of them, because you really don't want one of those things bombing you while you're turning those bridges. So now there are 2 screws or bolts or whatever that you'll need to move around. The first one is over here, or the second one, depending on the order that you open them in. And once that bridge is halfway up, then you can come on over to the other one. There was an explosion, or kind of felt like there was, so I thought maybe there was another guy. And then I hit that stupid bolt and nothing happened, so I'm like, okay, is it trying to tell me that there's a guy around here and I have to go find him? No, the bolt just for some reason wasn't activating, so there is no guy, thankfully. So all I had to do was open up the bridge, and I think when we walk across that, that'll basically be the end of the level. We get to talk to a pretty rambunctious captain here, and it's kind of an entertaining cutscene, so I'll just make sure that that is the end before I stop narrating here. And, yes, that will be the end of me.
Blasted thing, it won't budge! I've tried everything I know short of nuclear weaponry. No, never mind.
Well, you tried. See ya.
Not so fast, soldier. You're going into that compound even if I have to throw you. Aha! That ventilation shaft leads to the turret platform. Soldier, find a way to use that shaft to infiltrate the compound undetected. You've shown bravery by making it this far, soldier, and for that I reward you. I intercepted this communique that you might find useful. Take it. I'm off to find my battalion. Good luck.
Hello once again, fellow blog. I hope this message finds you well. As many of you know, our home planet is no longer habitable. We've abandoned our factories, our laboratories, and our happy lives because of the encroaching pollution, leaving much behind. Fortunately, the nearby planets will supply us with all we need to create our new home, which is nearing completion. Once our scientists locate the ideal orbit, our new world will be perfect. So reserve your space now. Prime locations are filling up fast. Good day.
Now do you understand why we must stop him? He won't rest until he has destroyed every planet in the galaxy.
Yeah? Well, I got bigger fish to fry.
Bigger than the galaxy?
Well, different fish anyway. Look, didn't that commando guy say we could get into that compound?
Yes, by using the ventilation shaft. But we will need something special to walk on that.
Fine, let's get going then. We'll come back later.
You will need a pair of Galvatron Magna boots to traverse this ventilation shaft. Unfortunately, our scanners do not detect any Magna boots on this planet.